Welcome back to Red Sky City Cyberpunk Conspiracy. You're just joining us. Our heroes are packed into a luxury flying car. They are sipping champagne and sharing awkward looks with Billy Joe Brentwood, an exec from Petrochem, who they've essentially bullied into getting them into this exclusive party so they can steal some big-time corporate secrets. The ride over is, if it was up to Billy Joe, it would probably be a little bit awkward. You know, he's used to being very gregarious and at ease and mastering the boardroom, but he's essentially been hijacked by all these folk. Now, do each of you have a cover story for who you are? You're about to be hobnobbing with the nabobs, so like, who I know who Jerax is playing the part of, Patrick Bateman. But what about the rest of you? What's your high society alter ego?
Nancy Drew. And I represent the Silicon Husbando fan focus group. And I'm here at the invitation of Billy Joe, also a big fan of Silicon Husbando 800 and 880 line products.
Petrochemicals have a wide variety of applications in the dark future.
And plastics.
Exactly. It's not just a byproduct, it's a feature.
Wait, let me get my shades.
Okay, yes, please, the shades.
Hi, my name is Paris Sheraton, and I just live the high society life that a lot of people just don't really understand. So, of course, I would be invited to this party. It just makes sense that I belong here. In fact, everyone else beneath me pretty much just is basked by my glory, and this is just another alternative life that Elizabeth Frizzle lives as Paris Sheraton.
Nobody's really sure why you're famous.
No.
But
No.
everyone just immediately, they're like, oh, of course you're famous.
I mean, do you not see how poofy my arms are? Only someone with ultimate fame would be this poofy.
Arm diameter and fame they correlate directly.
101.
Zara, are you going in with a cover identity of any kind or just as your own bad self?
I think I'm going in as myself.
All right.
I don't think I need to have a cover identity. One of the coolest features about my person is I've got cyberware that allows me to change my hair color and change different aspects of my visual appearance. So not everybody gets a chance to see who I am on a regular basis. So going over to the club, obviously I wanted Billy Joe to know who I was and know why I was there. But here at this party, I can change it so people don't know. But I don't need a cover story. I'm just there because I've got business.
What sort of look are you sporting on the way over?
My hair at this point, because it changes with my mood. I'm uncomfortable in this situation. I mean, I get what I want. I get to go to the party. I don't know very much about the people that I'm next to, so it's a little gray. My hair's a little gray. I'm a little stressed. I'm definitely shooting Billy Joe just the side eye. I'm just staring at him the entire ride.
All right. What are the rest of you doing aside from, again, sipping on champagne? Or at least champagne's being offered. Who's drinking? Billy Joe certainly is.
Yeah, I think Jerax would not partake. He needs to keep his mind clear for the obstacles ahead as he begins to study the blade cane. Because I know they're going to look over this, so I want to see, like, are the seams perfect? Will they, if they look at this, are they going to think this is a weirdly designed cane, or are they going to see the seam and be like, oh, this guy's trying to take in a monofilament blade?
I've seen this back in the Dakotas.
Yeah.
While I was drinking, you were studying the blade cane.
Speaking, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna say Paris Sheraton is gonna pretend that she's drinking and like have this illusion that she is very like under the influence and like a bit ditzy.
Okay.
I'm gonna warn you right now. Natalie is 1, nervous, 2, misread the invitation, thought it said 2 drink minimum, not maximum, and she wants to get started early. So.
All right. Pre-gaming. And Jonah, like, this whole place is designed for luxury, right? It's got really nice black leather seats, fancy super synthetic leather seats, nice ambient noise playing, great noise cancellation, so you can look out over the city without having to hear the hum of the engines. And Jonah looks like somebody took SpongeBob SquarePants and tried to shove him into like a Hot Wheel toy. He's just and he is definitely not drinking, but he's keeping an eye on Natalie and on your
But I
consumption
keep
levels.
handing him a little like champagne flute in each hand because I have handed him drinks. But I don't even know if he can like T-Rex it up to his mouth in this.
All right. You fly upwards into the skyline of Night City. The sun has set over a red, burning evening long ago. The lights are out. The middle of the city is this dark patch where the damage from the Arasaka Tower detonation has never fully been recovered. There's this ring of lights around the construction zone everywhere else. And this starscraper is not on the very edge. It's sort of on the middle of this ring of new growth that sprouted up around the core, the radioactive core of the city. And it is one of the tallest buildings in town. It's beautifully decorated. It's not one of the gigantic mega buildings just shaped like a block that you'd see. This is a piece of architectural beauty, and it's still under construction. It's been under construction for years and years and years. They're still developing it. It's so massive that they're able to add little spires and offshoots in different directions as the years go on. You pass gardens and shopping malls and habitation spaces and schools that are all built into this massive, like 100+ story building. Till finally you arrive near, but not at the top, at a private landing pad. And you can see a couple of other vehicles coming and going. Most of them are not marked. They're all luxury, personalized, one-of-a-kind vehicles dropping off. And you are escorted as you walk out to an elevator that is going to take you up one of these smaller spires built on top of the starscraper that leads up to the private penthouse of Mr. Liam, which takes our heroes to the elevator. You're all packed in together. Oh, let me grab our boy here, Billy Joe. Bring him down.
Billy Joe. Oh.
And he's trying to, calm himself down, get in the mood of things, get in the spirit of things. Does anybody have any last-minute business or questions before we open the doors? Yes, go ahead.
I would love to conceal my cyber deck if we can do that before we enter the party.
Okay.
Can I assist with that?
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, what's that skill based on, Bren?
Intelligence.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Frizz make a flat intelligence check. So roll 1d10 plus 8. $10. And then I'm going to have Jerax roll a conceal reveal objects check. 16.
Nice.
All right. He's sort of giving you instructions on how to do this, because you've got the bodyweight suit, which normally integrates your deck. And I'm thinking that what ends up happening... Well, actually, Bren, do you have any advice on the best way to conceal this with her bodyweight suit and her costume?
So as a tech, I would know a thing or two about the mechanics of the puffy suit that she's wearing. So I'd be like, if we just kind of shift out some of the phone, and like if we just kind of push that way, like inside the inflatable arm section here, you can probably fit it in, and it's probably... I don't think anybody's going to check this. They're going to assume it's part of the costume.
Yeah. Okay. Give it a shot.
All right. You reach the top floor of this particular spire, and the elevator doors swing open. Ding!
Ooh.
Revealing a hallway. At the end of the hallway is a big, obvious automated turret. There
Like
are
a
two
murder
security guards. Go ahead.
Like a gun turret?
Yes, a machine gun.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's useful to know.
Is
Yeah,
it
so
on?
it's-
Like, are the lights on, or is it for display? Like, somebody thought it was a cute foyer piece.
It is. It looks like it's functional. It's designed for both form and function, which is the Rocklin Augmentics way. There are also 2 security guards flanking on either side, and a number of doors leading from this chamber. A heavily armored door on the left-hand side with a security console. 2 doors leading off to the right, and another door up ahead, also heavily armored with high security. And the main door, which is a lot less industrial, a lot more pleasant, that leads straight ahead.
So Natalie knows the play is to confidently walk out past them, but she's kind of in her head still stuck rehearsing it because she doesn't have the natural confidence. So she's just in the elevator still psyching herself up.
Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure Zara just bolts for the door.
Okay, go ahead and move yourself just straight on out.
I'm pretty sure I just walk all the way forward. I don't give a care in the world. I am confidently moving, and I am there for one reason and one reason only, and it's to find this son of a bitch.
All right, I respect that.
Hello.
Invitation, please.
Who are they saying this to?
Oh, the person who just walked all the way up to the door right next to the automated machine gun.
Yeah.
Where is the... I quickly call to Billy Joe to come show the invitation.
All right. He's gonna step out, nod to the guards. Hey, sport, how's it going? Make his way forward. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to be putting on my best limp impression with my new cane.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be like, hello, gentlemen. Hope they're treating you well. You know, I remember back in the day. Now, I personally never been into the security division expert, this kind of thing. But, back in the day, my son actually went into this kind of role and job. And I tell you, sometimes putting up with these higher-ups, I mean, they can be right knobs, can't they? Anyway, I hope you get on well. I hope you're getting on well. I hope you have no trouble for the rest of the night. And make sure you stay safe, eh? Okay? And I'm going to continue on behind Billy after chewing their ear off a little bit more.
Jax, roll a conversation check.
Oh, shit.
Your acting check is still in effect. You are still one with the character, but I want a conversation check here to sort of just run the patter.
Oh.
25? You kidding me?
All right, you can see the words ingraining themselves into these security guards' brains, unraveling their synapses, destroying their focus and their concentration, slowly suffocating the very will to live. And that's going to impact their ability to search you. Excellent. Jonah is going to tap Natalie on the shoulder.
Well, Natalie has just watched undo their character performance, and so as she leaves the elevator, she feels a pressure at her to also do her character. So she's like, "Oh, hello, gentlemen," and then she looks at him, and she's like, and then she looks at the other one, and he's kind of muscly, so she reaches out and she squeezes his forearm a little bit.
Whoa!
She's
Don't mind.
Excellent surface tension.
I'm looking behind.
Who is your character?
She's a silicon husband magnate.
Right. That's a r/new sentences.
And just comes out and apologizes for her, and then follows her.
It gives this we're both in the business. You know how it is. You take the job.
I'm petrified of this. I'm looking around
I shouldn't be clear. It's about the cuddle. It's realize it could sound weird.
Oh my god.
I don't think that made it better.
No.
All right, Kelly. What's your intro? How do you walk in?
She's just like, whatever. We should just get in whenever. And she's gonna go up to Billy Joe Bob and be like, "Hey, big boy," and just kind of put her arm around him. And she's just gonna play the character of because he needs a girl around his arm. You can't go to a party without some sexy ladies, so that's the role that she's gonna fill.
All right. The guards are going to go ahead now that you've walked in and checked the surface tension. They're going to. All right. Weapons. No photos. No social media inside. You know, Billy Joe, he gets the invitation. He's like, hey, you got it all here. Everything's in good order. And he turns in this massive hand cannon of a gun with this like gold filigree on the side. And it's got love written on one side and hate written on the other side. He clearly spent a lot of money on this thing. He's going to turn that in. The guard who wants to collect all this gear is the guard on the left-hand side, standing next to this big old door. Did the rest of you bring any weapons with you aside from Jerax? And if so, are you surrendering them or are you hiding them?
Am I surrendering my cane?
No. We're
okay.
going to get to you in a moment. We're going to resolve that in a moment. But for the rest of the team, what weapons you have, they want you to surrender all of them because they're going to scan you as well.
Oh, I forgot about this. So I did bring a heavy pistol, and I turn it over to the guard.
Okay. We'll go ahead and take it, put it in a bin. We'll be sure to give you this at the end of the night.
Cyber decks don't count as weapons, right?
Well, if they don't find them, then nothing counts.
Then no. I have nothing on me besides my... What do rich people drink? Don Perignon? I have my Don Perignon with me.
All right. Cool. And Natalie.
Is a harpoon gun a weapon?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I asked the wrong one. I meant the grapple gun, not the harpoon gun. It's the grapple gun. Purely transportation.
But you're going to have a good reason for bringing it into the party.
I'd like to make a cool exit.
Jonah will lean over and say, it's a security measure. Emergency use only for escapes. You know how it is. And they'll go, oh yeah, no, that checks out. Jonah also turns in his weapons.
There's no security protocol that allows him to hold on to stuff, right?
Correct. He is allowed to accompany you. He's clearly playing the role of your bodyguard, but even bodyguards aren't supposed to carry weapons in there because it'd be way too easy for someone to be like, oh, you're my bodyguard, not my highly trained assassin here to kill you.
That is valid. Our gas masks, are those small? Could I keep Jonah's and mine in my purse? Or, alternate question, can I just have a giant purse?
Yes, you can have a giant purse. They are going to want to search it.
That's fine. It's just got gas masks in it, and then just like, never mind.
Go on. What else is in? Oh, okay. Your prerogative. Because I was expecting like
laid dramatically atop everything, hoping that they would not like move aside my lady's bag.
The classic maneuver. I feel like that once you reach a certain point of bodyguard mook training, you're even trained to look out for that one because you have seen too many of your friends be absolutely murdered by badass solos.
It's true.
Yeah. So, because
I was sample packs. Third question. Can
I was like kibble, sample packs, gas masks, EMP grenades, breaking and entering kit, napalm. Just. All right. Yeah, they look at the gas masks for a moment. Jonah gives them a look. I'll shrug. Yeah, as long as you're not carrying any gas on you, that's fine. Is anyone else trying to smuggle anything else past them aside from Jerax, who again we'll get to in a moment?
Well, I'm trying to smuggle my cyber deck in.
Yes. Well, you rolled. Yeah, we did a combined roll for that, so I've got that roll. Jerax, give me a conceal reveal object roll at a bonus for the equipment you've got. +2.
Oopsies. I'm using both my luck on that as well to bring it up to 14.
Okay.
Would his acting help carry it off?
Not if they find out it's a damn sword. That's...
I have a good story if I do get caught.
All right. Well, here's the other thing. You nailed that conversation check. That was literally to drain their will so that they're going to... that's going to give you a plus. So we're going to bump this up to a total of a 15.
Ooh.
Ah.
All right. Fun fact, the skill that opposes conceal object is reveal object. Do you really think your standard security operative would be trained in? They are not.
Oh,
Nice.
You've successfully hidden your mono katana inside the fancy sword.
nice.
All right. They're going to welcome you in. Door in front of you opens. The head of security is here in full armor. It's all about making your guests feel safe. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's a
Right.
nice office. It's got like this LCD screen up, like the desk is transparent and it's got these rippling waves of light going across it. You can tell that the rug was imported. There's a couple of real, not even hollow plants in the corner. Meet virtual plants hasn't picked up yet, so the craze isn't as big as it could be. And please step into the room. As you step in, you notice that there are security cameras in the corners. Jonah will head on in. And they're going to commence a scan. He's going to hit a couple of buttons as soon as all of you are in, and he's going to go ahead and scan you. Frizz, roll an electronics security check for me.
18.
18, not bad. See if that's good enough to beat this. Yep.
Nice.
Not protect your cyber deck. Well done. The scan clears out. Enjoy. And he'll open the next set of doors. You can hear music inside. There's soft lighting. This is a corporate penthouse. This is a meeting place, workplace, and living place. There's hushed conversation in the corners. There are servers coming and going, bringing all sorts of heavily imported at great personal cost, delicacies, real meats, which is wild. All sorts of little fresh slushies and juiced fruit drinks, some shrimp, caviar, is coming and going, offering you things. The moment you walk in, you are assaulted by the hospitality. They offer you a couple of different drinks. They've got wines, they've got brandies, they've got some whiskey, sake. What's your poison?
Natalie's beginning to understand why they set a minimum number of drinks. There's so many that she has to try. She's gonna grab two of the ones that have some sort of foam off the top and hand one to Jonah.
Mhm.
And then I'm sure he's going to refuse because he's an on-duty bodyguard, and so she'll have both.
Okay, roll a. Do you even have this skill?
Oh.
You do not. Okay, cool. All right. While I look this up, what are the rest of you doing? You see a few, by the way, there's a few different groups of folks gathered together. Maybe some faces that you might recognize. The people over on this corner, they say, Billy Joe, we're waiting for you. Come on over. And he's going to look briefly at the lot of you, specifically at Zara.
I just stare him down, but I look a different direction afterwards.
All right. He's going to walk over. He's going to sit down with these guys. And he sort of turns on the charm with Miss Sheraton with him, right? You're going to do
Yep.
what?
I'm just going to follow him. I'm 100% following him exactly where he's going. I'm like, hey, how's it going? To the guys that are sitting down.
All right. Natalie, because you don't have any ranks in the skill, roll a flat will check.
No. Let's see. If I was gonna roll a will check and I just wanted to press the will button, but that's not it.
It would not work.
It's
You would do 1d10 plus 5.
ah. Oh no, that's an 8.
Okay. All right. Those drinks are stacking up. You're feeling good right now. You're feeling pretty good about life, about everything, honestly. Music's
Feeling it.
good. Ambiance is good.
I'm grooving like the cat in that line with the guy playing the drum.
Cat jam.
Gotcha.
I'm grooving like Umbreon to Post Malone.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. I need to check in with Jerax and with Zara to see what the two of you are doing. Let's go with let's go with Jerax. What are you doing once you enter the room?
I'm gonna do a proximity scan for any people that I recognize. Is the head of police here? Is there some CEO that I screwed over at some point? Any threats I need to be avoiding here, or maybe tackling as an extra challenge? Who knows? You know, maybe I can pretend to be Patrick Bateman for life and leave the life of Jerax behind.
The Jerax you knew is no more. Roll a perception check.
Okay. $16.
All right. There is a fire pit on the balcony. This balcony is like you're 100 plus floors up, right? You are way up there. Now the balcony does have some atmospheric shielding around the side. It's not just literally open to the elements. There's plastic steel around the way. This guy right here, the last time you saw him, you were crashing and chasing him on the dockside. This is the Netrunner who was at the night market.
God.
The one that you tried to like shoot a bunch of times.
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah. I did. What's he doing here? Is he the Netrunner on staff? And who's that opposite him? Do I recognize that?
Yeah, that is the personal bodyguard, the Solo, who is protecting Carlisle.
Bloody... Don't tell me he's here somewhere.
I mean, you haven't seen him yet.
Oh, but if they're here, then... Oh, no. Okay, I'm just going to lay low for now. I'm just kind of loitering around. I'm actually... Ooh. Did they look distracted by the fireplace?
Yeah, they are talking with each other and enjoying the finer things as a server nearby offering them a tray of delightful, tasty treats.
I'm going to put on my best kind of... The impression I'm going to give is like a regal impression. Almost like my chin is up and everyone else around me is not beneath me, but if I get the sense that you're perhaps not on my level, then I'm going to ignore you. Now, my hair's all slicked back. It's got a little bit of silver dye tucked into it as well, just to give the kind of look of maybe some age to me. And I'm going to hobble with my cane slowly over to the window, and I'm going to look out towards the city and just kind of ponder like I'm in some mystery novel. And I'm going to try and listen into their conversation. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
So let's talk about who else is out here. Off in the corner is Voldyanov, the guy who hooked your team up with the ground-piercing sonar and the construction team to help dig underneath your apartment. And slightly behind these trees, in a hushed conversation with Liam Madras, the owner of this fine establishment, is Carlisle himself.
I mean, I gotta stick to my plan. I've already walked out here, so I'm gonna.
Right.
I would. Who is the more dangerous individual here? The Netrunner might not know my face, but the bodyguard probably does. So I would walk.
Didn't you try to shoot the Netrunner in the face?
Twice.
Yeah, but this time I've slicked back my hair and it's grey. Well, you make a solid point, but I guess I would walk out of the line of sight. Again, using that kind of act of just kind of hobbling, chin stuck up, kind of sneering at my surroundings as I'm looking out over the city rooftops.
Right. Zara, you've just completely busted in. What do you do?
I look around to see if I can find Liam.
You don't see him. You see a number of faces, and as an expert in Night City and the local scene, you've got a good chance of being able to ID anybody who's here. There are a few other doors in this room as well, since you haven't seen Liam just yet. You've got this door that goes out to the shielded balcony. You've got a sealed metal door right here, and then there is a fine polished wood door right here.
Do these doors... I don't care what these doors look like, actually. My character doesn't care. I decide not to go outside quite yet. I look around a little bit more. I see that Billy Joe had just walked off with Miss Frizz. And I don't want to go in that direction. I think Billy Joe would make things awkward for me being there and maybe give me away. So I decide to go over to the other side of the room, more towards the wooden door. That is, there are obviously people in front of it, but I know who they are. Who are these people? Can I walk past them to get to that door?
Roll, one, they don't appear to be armed. They appear to be guests at the party. Two, give me a local expert check. Local expert of Night City check. $15. All right. These are bigwigs who work with a number of foreign conglomerates, specifically Zarafa Technical Manufacturing. They do a lot of work with construction equipment and robots. It's a group of, you'd imagine that these are some hangers-on rather than the actual, like, names themselves.
So I walk confidently past them and I check out what's behind the wooden door.
Okay. The door is locked, and it probably leads into a bedroom.
I awkwardly look around, realizing I can't get into the door. And
The conversation, by the way, is in Russian.
Russian. I don't know Russian, do I?
Correct.
That frustrates me. That I can't tell what they're talking about. But I know that I'm here for a distinct mission, and that's to find Liam. So I do walk away.
All right. Let's check in with Natalie, who's getting increasingly intoxicated as time goes on. Natalie, the Frizz in her disguise, Billy Joe and this group of fancy folk are all talking over here. They seem to know each other. Jerax has gone off in this direction. Zara just like made a beeline, walking with absolute purpose, not strolling at all to that side. What are you up to?
Yeah, Natalie started feeling pretty terrible pretty fast, but fortunately she came in with a purse full of snacks. So she's actually kind of just sitting at the base of you here and just like sadly eating kibble out of her purse, and it's just kind of like standing over her, lost. These are shades from my own life. And
Right, what you know.
I just want to be like, yeah, like listening to the conversations around me because I'm trying to like root myself also back in reality. Everything's kind of spinning. So I'm just listening as hard as I can to whatever's coming in clearest, which I assume is this group where Miss Frizz is.
Yeah. They're catching up on old times. They seem to be friends. They've known each other for a long time. They've been in the Night City power market for years and years and years. They're talking about some sort of big project that one of them is working on. A big old government contract. Sounds like a big deal. And they're mostly just, glad to see Billy Joe, and they're trying to ask him what's going on, and roll a human perception check with a -1 penalty because you're feeling a little tipsy.
It's fair. Ooh, 14. But I'm feeling lucky, so let's bring it back.
Okay. All right. Billy Joe is not doing a good job of masking his anxiety at all. The others have noticed it, but they haven't really commented on it yet.
Is there anything in particular that they bring up that makes Billy like flinch? Like, is it when they talk about government or when they talk about like a lot of expectations or anything like that?
No, they're just trying to have like a hey casual conversation, outside of the boardroom conversation, and he's just preoccupied with the fact that he's been blackmailed and strong-armed and is traveling with a group of mercenaries into this party that are not supposed to be here.
I see why that would be stressful. My final question about this conversation is, does he, when he refers to like any of the other, like, does he have any nicknames for any of these other like big magnets, or like does he like reference anything that I might be able to use as like a conversational in later on? There's a corporate strategy.
Nice. Roll local expert unless you have a better sell for me.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to kind of figure out the bureaucracy of the conversation. Like, if he is somebody, that would mean like maybe he's like feeling above them, or if he's calling somebody Mister. Like something like that.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a bureaucracy check, and I'll give you the relative power flow.
21.
Okay. This guy right here seems to be, I don't want to say in charge, but he has the most clout. But it's not official clout. It is, he doesn't have an official big title of power, but he's somebody who you have to have involved to get things done. And the project that they're discussing is a mass driver that's going to be built out on Mora Rock. That's going to allow Night City to get vessels launched up into space.
Oh. A mass driver, you called it?
Yeah. It's not top secret that this is happening. They're basically going to turn Mora Rock into a spaceport, try to get back into business after the Fourth Corporate War blew everything up.
And this is the big project that Billy's responsible for here?
No, Billy is completely uninvolved with this. It's one of these other guys. They're trying to get Billy to talk business, and he's just sort of beating around the bush.
Sweet. So the guy in the white icon is our important... I'm going to start just keeping an eye on him as I reorient myself.
Movers and shakers. All right. Let's check in with the Frizz, who is also in this scene.
I'm gonna look to Billy. I'm gonna be like, oh, silly Billy Goat. Isn't he so cute when he's nervous? You know what I think would help this situation? And she calls towards the waiter. Can we get some shots here? And she looks to the two gentlemen trying to like egg them on as well. Shouldn't Billy, like, he's a little nervous right now. I think shots is what's in order.
All right. Give me a persuasion check. I'll give a bonus to this. This is a good sell.
Silly Billy Goat. I thought of that and I was like, oh, that's all I'm calling him. Persuasion. Bam.
Yeah, persuasion.
Oh no. Can I use... let's use 3 luck.
Okay. Up from a 10 to a 13.
Or oh, okay, I got +1. Then yeah. That's
For silly Billy Goat. Yeah, that's an easy bonus on that one. All right. This is not really a shot establishment, but this is a we get whatever we want establishment. So this is happening.
I did that before. I went to like a fancy restaurant in like this high rise in New York, and I was like, "Can I have a shot of Jameson?" They're like, "We don't do shots here." I was like, "Oh, can I get whatever a shot is?" Like, you have to ask for it neat. I was like, "Okay." So yeah, I think she understands us where she is. She asks for like Jameson neat for us.
All right. Billy will go ahead and say, I'll have mine pale, please. They give him a knowing look. They give him a knowing nod. Roll a human perception check.
17.
Okay, you've never heard of that before.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that term. You're not convinced it's a real term.
Right.
When he said that, there was a knowing look. The waiter's eyes got wide for a moment.
Uh-oh.
When the waiter comes back, I want to take a look at like the shots and kind of like stand up
And when they come back, like try and like grab the glasses for them, as I am Billy's entourage, quote unquote. I should be the one that hands it to him.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wait for that to happen.
All right.
Does
That's
Natalie
gonna-
see this too? Sorry.
Well, yeah. Roll human perception at a -1. You're kind of on the
Concerned
wrong
this might
side
be
of
like
this to
some-
see.
Yeah, just that she's not like security or something instead of like a different kind of shot.
Okay, the waiter's body language changed. From the back, you could see like immediate tension in the waiter. Highly trained, smoothed it out almost immediately, but you picked up on it.
Well, whenever the waiter leaves, I'm gonna take my sloppy, wobbly Natalie butt over to Paris Sheraton and try and whisper to her, "I don't trust the waitress."
You're just coming up, slopping all over me, spilling your drink.
And then I open my purse and I'm offering you some of the kibble that I've been eating. Want some?
These guys are like eating fillet bites and caviar and sushi. You're just sitting like
Too fancy.
being a goddamn gremlin.
I am glaring at Natalie right now. like the
Natalie closes.
Get
Fine.
away, Natalie.
Watch the waitress. And then it's just like a totter back around, and she's sitting on the statue again.
Sorry, she did some pre-gaming before the pre-game, so you understand.
No problem. All right, Jerax, I estimate you have like a brief scene before Zara walks through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know if Jerax understands what that entails, but let's make the most of that time.
Jerax is assuming that he can take advantage of the distraction to... I mean, it is literally, he realizes, okay, so I've got enemies to my left, enemies to my right. I don't have a grapple gun. Can't kill the guy. Can't throw him off the building because I got no way to get out. But, I mean, maybe I could. He's like,
So there
running
is
over
a sheet of reinforced translucent material blocking people from
How
like...
high up is it?
It goes all the way up to an overhang. So you'd have to shatter it to get through. It's not like 100% unshatterable, but it is reinforced glass.
That's hard. Yeah, it's pretty difficult. I would just be really trying to listen in for anything that I would perceive as like dangerous. Like, what are the cybersecurity guards and the security guard? Oh, like what are the bodyguards talking about? And then I would, if I deemed that there wasn't anything dangerous that they were talking about, I would shift my focus over towards the really high up gentleman. The guy who's after me, whose name always escapes me, and Liam.
Okay. Give me a perception check unless you have some of the skill you'd like to use here.
What is perception actually? Is it? It's an okay. Perception's way better for me. I use perception. 15.
Yeah. Still have a crew going out there. I think we're going to use autonomous drones to check to see what they dredged up. I don't know how we lost track of them out there, though. Our pilots are supposed to be that good. Cybernetic dolphins? What? That fourth corporate got into some weird things.
Okay, so they're just talking about the mission that went awry on the water. They said they're sending out some self-automated drones on the ocean to search for us, or in Night City. Like, that's...
Just see what they dredged up.
Oh, so they're going to be looking at the bloody ship. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay, I mean, I would keep that to myself. Okay, so it seems like they're not even aware of my presence, honestly. I feel like I've got a pretty good... I mean, I look ridiculous, but I feel like I'm pulling this off. Now I would begin to, try and listen in on the conversation just before all hell kicks off.
Okay. I'm I'm gonna need a new acting check because there's a ring of bodyguards between you, Carlisle, and Liam. So if you don't get any closer, because you're a good like 10 meters away.
Mm-hmm.
You can't really overhear a quiet conversation 30 feet away, especially not in a room like this. So you would definitely have to get closer, and you'd need to figure out a way to get closer without these bodyguards who appear to be unarmed, but also very good at physical violence.
Yeah, I would whip out my my agent, and I would start saying, "Yes, Bateman here," and I would start drumming up a fake conversation. Like, what do you mean you lost the quartz shipment back out in Chile? What are you talking? Well, listen, isn't Robertson on it? And I'd start going into the from my knowledge, I'm really starting to like, I've just got a call. I'm kind of pissed off. And I begin to start to pace, with the, still keeping the act with the cane, just sort of looking around a little bit and just kind of like, oh, bloody noise. And, carrying on and just starting to berate this imaginary person as I walk a little bit, just one square closer. I'm not going to get too close. I'm not going to risk it to a degree.
Okay, I'm going to take a new acting check on this. This is a new performance.
Okay. I've rolled it. Doesn't want to show up though.
Waiting with anticipation.
Anyone? I'm rolling again.
Patient.
Nice.
Okay, 14. I'm taking the first one.
We would have taken the first one regardless. All right. Roll a new perception check.
Perception. 18 this time.
Okay. You're catching a few words here and there. You catch the words Hakuto Maru, the ship that you went out there to look for. You catch the words Ashwater.
Oh, shit.
Every clinic in town. Gone to ground. The rest of them. Accomplices. Go back to the source. Some sort of disagreement or argument about the latest project, the Rock 2, that's coming out, and claiming credit for it. Again, you're not getting a whole lot more out of this when Zara walks out onto the platform. Zara, here's what you see. You see a man standing here by himself, having a conversation on his agent. You see two folks sitting by this lovely fireplace, having a conversation. Jerax is walking back and forth, pacing on his agent, having a fake conversation. And then secluded by this glow lamp behind this tree is a man I don't believe you recognize, and Liam Madras, who's in charge of counterintelligence for Rocklin Augmentics.
I have waited for this moment for so long that I almost rush over before I realize that I need to play it a little bit more carefully than that. But all the while, my hair goes from green to bright red. And anybody paying attention, I feel like would take note of the color change. I think Jerax probably spots this while pacing back and forth. Maybe not sure exactly what it means, but I definitely spot Liam. And I don't think we make eye contact quite yet. I have to figure out my next move.
He's got two bodyguards with him, along with another gentleman who's not from around here and you don't recognize. Your changing hair has definitely attracted the attention of these two. Difficult for them to miss, though they don't seem to be. Their conversation falls to a lull. They don't seem to be going too much further than that. What will you do?
I'd like to go around them and listen in on the conversations that are taking place while thinking about my next move. I assume I haven't heard anything that's been said yet.
Correct.
So I almost want to just go over here a little bit away from Jerax and see if I can draw stop having the attention on me for a little bit.
Okay, you want to sort of just lose the heat.
A little bit.
Okay.
So I wanna listen in to their conversation. I know who these gentlemen are, right? Is that?
You know who this guy is. He is a unofficial business mogul. He's involved with some of the nomad families and with some heavy construction companies and possibly with organized crime as well. He sort of plays the field. These two are from out of town, as is this guy over here. So the only people who you really recognize is Vodyanov. You've never had any dealings with him. Jerax and Liam. Everyone else is a stranger.
I'm gonna go talk to Vodyanov.
Okay.
I want to make some mild conversation, despite being antisocial. I think that will help get the target off of my back, so I can listen in on some of the other conversation.
Okay.
I've never had a conversation with this man before, and I have no reason to suspect that he's done anything wrong. So I don't have any grudges against this person. I casually go over and I make small talk. You know, how's the night going?
Oh, more or less. Well, I've heard of you. I've seen your face. You did the write-up on some of the Zarafa folk. There was a gentleman who some very bad things came to light. I believe you were behind that, yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I respect your work. I respect your work, or whatever the work of that person may be in that case. I just almost drank from this and forgot that my cat drank like half of it and stole it from me. I was this close to catching toxoplasmosis. Yeah, that's...
I gotta get a lid.
Yeah, 100%. He's the worst. He will chase me through the house if I pour myself a glass of water. I didn't mean to break the flow there. I just, like, my life flashed before my eyes.
You were so in character, you didn't even realize.
Not so bad.
I hope not. Roll a conversation check for me, Zara.
All right.
All right, 14. Yeah, you just strike up a conversation, and he picks up pretty quickly that you prefer not to be identified as this individual, and so he's going to make small talk. He talks a little bit about the new cybernetics that are coming out, and that'll be good for construction workers and heavy machinery operators, and that's relevant to his business interests, and blah, 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 blah. And things go from there. And out of the corner of your eye, you see Liam put a hand up to his ear underneath his long hair. Tilts his head to the side. Raises an eyebrow. The attention doesn't seem to be on you, but something seems to have disturbed him. Do you do anything different?
I'd wait to see if he goes on the move. I hold up a hand to Vladnov here. I say, hold on a second. You know, I assume that would not set off any alarms on anybody nearby. And my head turns to just kind of check out what Liam is doing now that I have spotted this out of the corner of my eye. I wait for the next move.
Liam leans over and whispers something to his bodyguard. He pulls his sleeves back. He's got some bioluminescence on his arm. Swipes it. It's touch sensitive, so he's swiping a few things, points to something, talks to the bodyguard. The bodyguard nards. I don't know what it is.
All the time.
I haven't had enough improv juice today, everyone. Nods, and then the bodyguard starts walking away.
Only one of them leaves. I see this as an opportunity to potentially get closer to Liam. I start walking in the direction of Jerax.
All right.
saying some pleasantries to Vladnov to say goodbye. And at this point, I almost want to start talking to Jerax to distract the other guard.
Okay. What do you talk about?
Well-
He's on the phone having a fake conversation with the distribution department.
I make eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at him and I start making some signals.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's like
you best get on it right now. Listen, I'll have your bloody heads. And I'm gonna pretend to put the call down and be like, I just cannot find good people these days. You know, they just don't exist in the corporate world. I don't know who's eating them up. It's definitely not government. The government's gone.
I am unsure of my next move, but I talked to Jerax. Hey, what? You know that guy over there? The one man standing next to Liam?
Jerax knows his name, but Brennan does not.
Carlisle.
Carlisle. Yes, it's Carlisle. I mean, he's from the British Isles. I may or may not have some business with a certain med tech who's running around the city. I've heard about his personal vendetta for quite some time.
I feel like at this point, Zara's gears start turning, almost in a very malicious way.
Oh.
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 Uh-oh.
I see a potential opportunity, but I almost just want Jerax at this point to distract the other guard. How do I go about this? I need my opportunity with Liam here. That's my one sole objective. Since I don't know this man, I think I just walk over to Liam. I think I forget about the guard. The other guard's probably... Yeah, you know what? No, yeah. I don't think Jerax needs to distract the guard at all. I think I just go over and this is my opportunity now. One guard is gone. I could probably take the other one in a hand-to-hand fight. So I'm scooting over here and I'm in Liam's face now. There is nothing he can do about this. His escape options are limited.
All right. The bodyguard goes to put a hand up, but by that point, like, you're already past him. And you get up in his face. You can tell he's in the middle of something. He's wearing glasses. He has this vaguely distracted look on his face. He opens... Hello?
Liam, tell me what you know about Arasaka working with the Rocklin group.
Oh. Okay. He snaps his fingers. The bodyguard standing directly next to him pulls out a taser and just goes for your back. Meanwhile, inside, Natalie, you notice the security officer who you walked by closing the doors.
That's not
The
good.
waiter has not come back with your shots. But the heavy steps of a security robot can be heard outside in the hallway. Two of them, actually. Apparently, pale whiskey doesn't mean a drink at all. We're gonna go ahead. No, we won't take our break just yet. Jerax, let's check in on the inside. I need to check in with the rest of our party. Then we're gonna go to a break. Natalie and the Frizz, you notice the door closing and you notice a dearth of shots. None of the other guests particularly seem perturbed. You also see one of the bodyguards closing the doors that lead out to the patio outside.
Oh.
What do you do?
Just a quick question. What is the guy that I've identified as having the most clout doing? Is he, like, even looking around at these things? Is he in any way reacting to them?
As things start to go down, he definitely notices. He doesn't like having his back to the door. He's just gonna stand up and casually kind of move in this direction, act like, oh yeah, just stretching it out as he takes a look around and surveys the area.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of stick close to him, but I can resolve that later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Kelly, what are you doing?
What's behind this door? Behind door number 1?
Roll an electronic security check.
21.
Okay. It is locked. It is probably a security door for armed guards, and it leads to a weapons locker, as well as stairs that give alternate access.
I am going to be like, man, where are our shots? This is so mess. And I'm going to stand up and knock this table and kind of trip over it. So it kind of shoves against this door.
Okay.
Is that something I could do?
Absolutely. And you know what? Like, it's not going to draw any attention. It's a very subtle, it's a very, low-key move.
Oh
but
my
yeah.
God, I'm so sorry. You know what they say, don't ever pregame if the game is going to be crazy, but I did it anyway. That's what people say, right? I don't...
All the time.
Uh-huh.
All right, so there's expensive food all over these people. Billy Joe leaps to his feet and presses himself against the wall.
Oh, silly Billy Goat. Are you one of those fainting goats? You're a little scared right now. I'm trying to act like I don't know what's going on, but I am also trying to keep a close eye on him as well as the clout dude, and to try and keep this. I don't know, what are we calling him? And keep this door shut as well.
Okay, roll an acting check. That's just going to be your cool.
All right.
1d10 plus your cool, and then roll a perception check to keep an eye out.
And 1d10 plus 5?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Okay, roll another d10 and subtract that from your results.
Be a 3. Oh, so that's going to be -3.
It's going to be a -3. Okay, yeah, nobody says that. That thing that you said, literally nobody in the history of the world has ever said it.
Pre-game if the game's crazy.
So you just kind of was like, oops, yeet the table like like you just lost a game of cards. And you're saying things, nobody's buying it. Roll a perception check as well.
Oh, man. All right, it's not that bad.
Okay. You notice there are cameras in this room, and they are scanning. They are aiming at everybody's faces. They are probably running facial recognition right now.
Well, that's good because Natalie's like, oh.
Yeah,
Jonah
with that
sees-
perception. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you finish. You go first.
I was just gonna say, with that perception, I'm gonna do the same thing. Like, she's gonna put her face down, and be like, "I'm so embarrassed," and like cover her face.
All right, Jonah. His Jonah senses are tingling. He puts his hand on Natalie in that kind of like on her back, as in this. Hey, watch your back. Shit's about to go down. Keep an eye out. Doors are locked. Heavy footsteps approaching. Don't like this. We will be right back after the break, folks. We'll see how
Touch
this
me, I
ends
don't
up
feel
going.